Good evening. Welcome to Soundtracks with Birdman. Tonight, the not classic film, G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra. Yes, I know this is not great American cinema, and the score is probably not like Alan Silvestri's best, but sometimes you just want to eat junk food covered with gravy and mashed potatoes and Twizzlers. Right, H-Boomer?
Sure thing.
Sure thing. All right.
I got a Modelo to keep me some company. Of course, that's not really. I don't think the Joes would drink that cerveza, right? They'd be into Bud.
The Dreadnoks drink grape soda and eat chocolate covered donuts. So
I'm seeing all sorts of trailers on this Blu-ray for like Avatar, the motion picture, the one based on the Nickelodeon show, Transformers. Is this the second one? Yeah, it's the second one because Megan Fox is still in it. Okay. Do you have the Blu-ray to this or the DVD?
I do.
Okay.
I thought I got a free download when I bought the DVD, but I guess I didn't because I had to pay to rent it.
So that sucks. I'm sorry.
This movie is still like $14 to buy as a download. Can you believe that?
That's ridiculous.
Isn't it?
That's ridiculous. I got the Blu-ray out from the local public library. Support your local public libraries.
Yeah, everyone support your local library.
And it's also streaming on Peacock, but I think my version would have had commercials. I'm not doing that. So,
yeah, I saw that Peacock's like $5 a month. Is that what it is?
I don't know. Maybe. They're getting that new Halloween movie. I don't know. Of course, I don't know how I feel about the new Halloween movie. Because I don't know how I feel about the last one. I feel like Halloween shouldn't have gotten a sequel. I think that's what I was saying on the stream on Sunday.
Well, you and Sam Man would both agree.
Yeah. I think it's just a good standalone movie, and it's just even Halloween 2. I like 3, but yeah, it's just all right. But cool. G.I. Joe, who's in the chat tonight? We got Melissa Harrison's Sons. See you guys at 8:30. Oh, that's now.
That's now. That's the now time. That's like the now time.
But yeah, G.I. Joe. I don't know why I didn't get into it. I'll admit this. It's probably the toy line and maybe even the cartoon show that I should have given a chance. I was kind of a little snob, okay, and I was like, I wasn't watching a lot of these American cartoons. Okay, I was watching old stuff. That's what I was doing when I was a kid. But G.I. Joe had cool toys. I'll admit that. It looked like the next evolution of what we got with the original Star Wars toys, because you have these cool vehicles and different characters and different things, right? So yeah, I can see why they were popular. Okay. I don't know why I didn't get into them, but it's oh no, not Star Trek Into Darkness. Is this like a this is turning into like a Hall of Shame for Paramount, this preview.
You're obviously not paying attention to the screen. This is not a G.I. Joe character.
What? Oh, that's not, why wouldn't no? I was looking at what's on my TV. That's Dr. Doom.
That's right.
I know that much. Okay, come on.
I was showing you the G.I. Joe guys I have on my desk, which is 4. I have 4 G.I. Joes on my desk, 2 Spider-Man characters, and Dr. Doom.
Cool.
And a Dr. Strange Funko Pop.
So. Okay, Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange Funko. I don't have any Funko Pops. That looks kind of cool. I'll admit that.
Yeah, this is from the What If TV show that I'm not watching, but it looked cool, so I bought it.
Well, what if, man? Like, what if I don't know. I don't watch What If, so I don't know. I don't have Disney Plus. I've never had Disney Plus. Okay, so I've not seen any of these many series that people either love or deride. I've had a lot of other streaming services. I've had Hulu. I've had. Hey, wait a minute. No, it's not going to be on there. Is National Geographic a separate thing you get with Disney Plus? You would know this.
I think that comes with Disney Plus.
Is Gordon Ramsay on Hulu? Because can I check him out on there? My personal hero. You don't like Gordon Ramsay?
I know who he is. I wouldn't say I like him or dislike him.
I like him. I like him. And he has this show called Gordon Ramsay Parts Unknown. And he goes all over the world. And he went to North Carolina and he was shown how to make moonshine. And the guy said, your last step is to light the fire, but then you go to jail because you have to be specially licensed to make moonshine. It's highly illegal. And like he had the special license, okay? And even he has to make it a certain way because you can't make it a certain way or you get into big trouble, I think. I don't know. But he'll go to different places in the United States. He also goes to parts of Europe and South America and places. It's neat. He's been to Asia too. He had to cook for a bunch of Buddhist monks once. It was interesting.
Huh. Yeah, most of the food he cooks is like past my pay grade. I just want to and some French fries.
I have to tell you, they have it on YouTube because this was when he was over in Texas. He made his own take on steak and eggs. And I wanted to have that steak and eggs he made. I'll tell you that much. And I'm not even a big steak and eggs guy, but I would have eaten. Okay. Oh, how about you? You like steak and eggs?
Not so much, no.
Okay. At Cracker Barrel, you can get country fried steak and eggs, right?
No. Yes. I haven't been to Cracker Barrel since like 4th of July weekend.
That's depressing. I don't think I've been there for a while either, though. I'm yelling at you.
Every time I go, they haven't had staff, and it's like it's over an hour to get my food.
Oh man, every place is like that now.
Yeah.
This needs to stop. Oh.
All right, happy things.
No, there's no happy things. There's no happy things. It's 2021, and Rachel Nichols is not in sight unless you watch tonight's movie, which she's in.
I have the Target exclusive Major Blood. That's happy for me.
Yes. Now, I will say this to you, Daniel. I will say this. I was like poo-pooing this until I saw Rachel Nichols on screen. And anything with Rachel Nichols in it is not a waste of time, as far as I'm concerned. We'll get to that in a little bit.
She's no Sienna Miller. I'll be team
No, I will fight you on this. Sienna Miller's a pretty woman, but no.
Pretty woman,
Rachel Nichols.
I mean, she's no Rebecca Martins, okay, but she's pretty fine.
I have loved Rachel Nichols for a while. I will not shy up about this. I would go see her in person, ask her for her autograph, and then the words that come out of my mouth would be blah, and I would run away in terror. Okay, that's how much on the pedestal she is, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, but anyway, we'll see her in tonight's movie, along with Marlon Wayans, who I hope that's not the guy behind all those scary movies, because I'm thinking it might be. I don't know. I know it's one of the Wayans. I like Damon Wayans. I used to like In Living Color back in the day, but
back in the day, you can't make that show anymore.
You couldn't. That's like the most un-PC show ever made. You would not get away with that now. That's where Jim Carrey got a lot of his. I mean, he'd been in movies before, but that's really drove him to stardom, was that show. And
he played like the fire marshal. Was it Fire
Marshal Bill? Yeah, he was on it. I remember that.
And they had Men on Films.
I bet on films. They also had Handyman. Was it Handyman?
He was handicapped.
Oh. The stuff they made fun of in that first episode, where with all the now the PC superheroes, that's now like normal now. But they made fun of that back in the day.
Oh, they had like the guys that were like, we got your car stereos, you come on down here, and it's like,
oh yeah, I love that show. Brilliant sketch comedy show. I wish it was still with us, but I'm sure you can catch it on YouTube or somewhere. Maybe Hulu.
It is on YouTube. Yes.
Okay, all right. And we have that guy who's in those male stripper movies. He's in this.
I don't watch male stripper movies, so I'm not.
I don't watch them either. I just know of a Magic Mike, the dude in the Magic Mike movies.
Magic Mike, is that what you call it? Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, whatever. I don't watch it. We'll be doing that rewatch next week. Gattaca's canceled. We're doing Magic Mike 1.
No.
Okay. We should do Magic Mike and then do Showgirls the following week. And then what is it? The full Monty. Like, me a whole month. Just
whole month. Wow.
Okay. Anyway, Gattaca next week. I'm kidding, of course, people. And what was the one? There was the full Monty with the British, the not so good looking British men, and then they did the one with the old British names. Was that Calendar something? Calendar Girls, or I don't know.
Calendar Girls with us all the
like you, Judi Dench and stuff. And yeah. I just. Anyway, no, we'll be watching tonight's movie, which no one is naked in, so you're not going to get to see anything that you may want to or may not want to see. Okay, so forewarned.
Yes.
And knowing is half the battle.
It is. Yo, Joe.
Dude, I'm telling you, I told you, I always say this to everybody, and they look at me cross-eyed like I don't know what I'm talking about. No one growing up had cable except for me. I guess I was better off than I thought. And we got this channel called Nickelodeon, and I used to watch a show called Mysterious Cities of Gold.
Okay.
And they're supposed to be. I know they announced, and they're trying to get funding for a theatrical version of that, which would be really cool. It's not going to be animated; it'll be live action. So I'll be curious to see what they do.
You say it would be really cool, but they'll probably mess it up.
Well, I have a suspicion this isn't a major studio financing. This is going to be independently funded, or it might be funded by a French company. I don't know, because the show was originally a French. It was made in France, but animated in Japan, and then shipped around the world. Okay, so but it was and based on an American children's novel of all things. So it's. But Mysterious Cities of Gold. But that's a cool show. And when they would do their little factoids, because all the shows back then, they had to have their little lessons, right? At the end of each episode. Sure. This show gave you stuff you really actually would want to know. Okay? Like they would talk, like one episode, they're trying to get through the Straits of Magellan. So the factoid then is, what are the Straits of Magellan and why did so many ships crash on it? That's interesting to me, okay? St. Elmo's Fire. What's St. Elmo's Fire? They talk to a fisherman that explains what St. Elmo's Fire is. So you're actually getting stuff that, you might actually need to know. Did you get that with G.I. Joe? Did you get stuff you needed to know at the end of each episode?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to take your word for it. You'll have to go through some of them tonight. Is anyone else here besides Melissa? Not that you're not important, Melissa. But
that's all we need, Melissa and Jake.
Did everybody join you for last night's thing where you got to do Apollo 13?
I'm sorry?
You got to do Apollo 13 last night, right?
Yep.
All right. Tom Hanks, and that came out the same weekend as, I believe, Judge Dredd, the Stallone movie, and it beat Judge Dredd at the box office. Nobody liked that movie except me. I kind of liked it, but whatever. I like Judge Dredd.
I enjoy watching it. It's got a good Alan Silvestri score, I think.
And we have an Alan Silvestri score tonight, correct?
We do.
Okay. The man gets work.
You ready to press that play button, my friend?
I'm ready. Yeah, I'm telling you, Melissa, I know Marlon Wayans, and those scary movies and epic movies are bad, except I like the Willy Wonka spoof that they did in the one. That was kind of funny because they got the dude from Back to the Future to be Willy Wonka, and he was pretty good.
Christopher Lloyd?
No, the one who played Marty McFly's dad. What's the actor's name? I'm so bad. He actually did a good Willy Wonka. Yeah, Crispin Glover. He did the Willy Wonka in the epic movie spoof. I have a suspicion that Tim Burton must have seen his performance of that, and he cast him as the villain in the Alice in Wonderland movie because I think he thought, wow, Crispin Glover could have played Willy Wonka, even though I got Johnny Depp to play the part. So he had him play somebody else in the Alice in Wonderland movie. Anyway. All right. We ready to hit play? You want to do a 3, 2, 1?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Press the play button. And, I was so excited for this movie to come out, and I went to see it, and I was like, well, it's not the movie that I would have made.
It's not the worst movie. I chalk this up to, this might be for you what the Michael Bay produced Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies were, that I know a lot of people in the community are going to bash. What did you want? That's my question. Okay.
Good movie?
Good. They were good enough. Okay. I don't care. You know what? Maybe that should be the final movie. Here's the deal. I was expecting them to be really terrible, and I went in and thought, these ain't half bad. The second movie is pretty much a movie version of the cartoon show. Okay, you got Bebop and Rocksteady, you got Krang in it, so I don't know what everybody was complaining about. Casey Jones was so, but he was at least in it. All right, so here we go. Was this on the cartoon, this whole flashback of his family and all this stuff?
Flashback, not so much, but this is Destro's history. His family supplied weapons and arms to the armies of Europe for centuries. And at one point, it was during the English Civil War, his ancestor got caught, and they encased him in a mask. Because they couldn't kill him because they needed his weapons, but they had to punish him, so they stuck him in a mask. And ever since then, all the male heirs would wear the mask and go by the name Destro.
That's kind of cool. I like that. Yeah. So they I think they changed up a little bit. Is this a French guy doing this right now? So it's not English Civil War. These are the French, right?
They're in France.
Okay, and they don't like the fact that he's supplying weapons to both sides. Even though I'm sorry, that typically is what happens. Did anybody watch Lord of War? You know,
That's an awesome film, by the way.
it is. That's a good performance by Nicolas Cage too. And here we go. We have who's this actor? That's not James McAvoy, is it?
I don't think so.
All right, I can't tell because of the beard, but look at this.
And honestly, if you put that on someone's face, that would really hurt. In the not too distant future.
That's a pretty bad thing to get stuck on your face.
It is.
Okay, yeah, you're a couple seconds ahead of me because stupid Blu-rays never play when you tell them to play, but that's okay. NATO Weapons Command. NATO.
North Atlantic Treaty Organization.
Yeah, in a Thunderbolt, they say the North Atlantic Treaty Powers. I don't know, but I guess they're reading NATO. Nanomites.
And there's actually a comic book issue with nanonites. Destro developed some nanonites, and
so this is from the comic. Was the comic
that's
even
about
cooler?
as far as it got out of the comic right here.
Okay, because I heard the comic was actually really good.
What? It saved Marvel Comics back in the 80s.
Yeah,
that was their number one comic book.
There were NES. There was a couple.
Got bigger. And
there are a couple of NES games based on G.I. Joe. They're supposed to be very good too. I never got around to playing them though, because I don't know why. Because I wasn't made of money when I was in 7th grade. Okay, but so we got Dennis Quaid here. These are all characters from the show, right?
It is. But General Hawk is a 2-star general in the G.I. Joe continuity. I think here he's like a 4-star general.
Well, you know.
And Mars Industries is Destro's company.
So what is the G.I. Joe is an organization, correct?
Correct.
Like we're all G.I. Joes, right? Is that the impression I get? Everyone in this organization, is it all? It's also international. They get the best soldiers from around the world. Is that right?
There were some international soldiers in the toy line. Big Ben was a British SAS officer.
Okay, like allies of the United States, I would guess,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
okay.
there was a few, but not a whole lot. This movie kind of made people just like a hodgepodge group.
Okay. Probably made to sell it around the world, right? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's like when they have Captain America, the Winter Soldier, the Captain America, the First Avenger, and in other countries he's just called the First Avenger. Of course, then we learned, well, not really. It was really Captain Marvel. I'm sorry, not on your stream. I know. I'm sorry. This is a pretty cool vehicles they got going on here, huh?
Yeah. See, what I don't understand, Duke was always paired up with Roadblock in the comic book. So why did they just not make Ripcord Roadblock?
Wasn't Roadblock in the sequel?
Yeah, but that wasn't Roadblock.
Well, I didn't see it, okay, but I figure that there's no Rachel Nichols in the sequel either, so I don't know if I'll be rushing to see that. But anyway, but well, the idea is they'd introduce more characters as the series went along, you know.
Yeah, but Roadblock was from Louisiana, and he was a chef. He was a gourmet chef who's also a heavy machine gunner. He carried 50 cal around with him.
All right. So they're transporting the nano missiles, right?
Right.
Because these nano missiles could destroy an entire city.
Or more. They're hungry.
This is the big dream, to create a bomb basically that can wipe out the population without making the territory radioactive, right? That's a
Set off an EMP and just wait for time to do the work for you.
yeah. All right, so here we're introduced to, I guess, Cobra, correct?
Yes.
This is not pre-Cobra. This is just Cobra finally showing its face, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And Cobra are the bad guys, correct?
Yes.
What does Cobra want to do? Take over the world? Are they like Spectre or Hydra, that sort of thing?
Yeah, I don't know what you do once you take over the world, but I mean, if I had enough money to buy one of those fancy ships, I'd just be like, I don't care what y'all do. I'm over here doing my thing.
Did they do a Marvel comic where Doctor Doom finally achieved and took over the world, and he said it's really boring? I'm stuck in meetings all day.
Yeah, it was the Emperor Doom graphic novel. I think it came out in '85 or '86, and he used the Purple Man to make this mind control device. And he was ruler of the world for a couple weeks, and everything was going along pretty good. But he was just bored. He's just like, yeah, this is boring.
See, I don't think Doctor Doom would necessarily be such a bad dictator for life.
He really wouldn't.
In comparison to something like General Zod, I don't want him. But, Doctor Doom, I don't know. Was Cobra Commander deformed in the cartoons? Melissa Harris asks.
No, he was, well, how far in continuity do you want to get? In the G.I. Joe movie, he was like a Snake Man person from Cobra Law.
What?
But yeah, we're not going there tonight.
Is that like that'll be another stream? Okay. All right.
In the comic book, he was like a used car salesman who just became a international bad guy.
I like that. I'm sorry. I kind of like that. I that's like the bad guy in The Postman, how he said, I was a copy machine salesman, before all this started. Of course, I don't always. Here you go. She is like so not sexy. What?
You have your glasses on tonight?
I'm kidding. Oh man, I was out with some of my writer friends, right? And we were at this bar, and it must have been a comic book convention in town because some woman walked in dressed as the Baroness.
Are you serious?
Yes. Oh. No. Okay.
What do you mean no? You mean yes?
Stop
yes.
torturing me, okay? I forget if I talked to her. I don't remember.
I would have spoken to her.
Maybe I said nice costume or something. I don't know.
Well, back in college, I was dating this girl from the Netherlands. Her name was Sabrina, and she was tall, and
right.
She had the accent and everything. And I was like, could you just like cosplay as the Baroness just one time?
What'd she say?
She didn't know who the Baroness was.
See, back then now they would do it, but no, back then it's like that.
Yeah.
All right, so look, they're kind of getting their butts kicked here, aren't they?
Yeah.
Hi. I know what he's thinking. Man, I loved you as a blonde, but you look great as a brunette too. That's what he's thinking. They just kicked me in the face.
And here comes Snake Eyes.
All right, was Snake Eyes your favorite?
Snake Eyes is everybody's favorite.
He's like he's a ninja, right?
He is a ninja.
Yeah, so ninjas were big in the 80s. It was ninja everything, okay?
And here's Scarlet for you.
Yeah, okay. All right. I have to say, I do like Miss Rachel Nichols, who, in my opinion, should have had a much bigger Hollywood career. But I'll say this, the stuff she's been in, she did all right. She was on the sci-fi show Continuum on the Sci-Fi Channel. Have you heard of Continuum?
Yeah.
Which was actually a very good show, and she was the lead actress on that. And, it for one of these smaller budget sci-fi channels, it was actually very good. So I think she'll... people remember you, Rachel. Okay, so I don't know how well your career is going now, but you did a lot of good stuff. Okay, so
She's
People will
decided to
be.
retire? Is that what it is?
I don't know what she's doing lately. Okay, I don't know. I think I would see if she was married. Okay, but anyway, I'm just okay. No, she shows up in a lot of movies. She was in the Amityville Horror remake as the babysitter. They like went the opposite route for that babysitter than they did with the original.
Hmm.
Not some annoying girl with braces. That's not who she was in that. Both her and what's the other actress's name for the Amityville Horror remake? Melissa George. Both her and Melissa George were in the same movie. I'm like, I can't take it. Okay. All right. So stand down. It's like the Green Lanterns reading Hal Jordan for the first time, right? It's like that one guy, that one French actor, he was in that Wonder Woman movie, the Patty Jenkins one.
Yeah, he was.
He was one of Steve Trevor's guys, and the other actor, he was on Lost. He was in on Oz, the show Oz. I think he's an African actor, but he was in a lot of he's been in a lot of stuff too. I should know these actors. And we have Dennis Quaid, who Dennis Quaid's gotten old. Let's be honest here. Okay,
Yeah, we all will.
I know.
Melissa Harris, answer your question. In the comic book, he had some scientific experience, but his background was he was a used car salesman and originally, and then he went on to become Cobra Commander. Like the new IDW comic book, Cobra Commander is just a title that someone gets to claim by being really, really naughty.
Like if I wanted to like draw a smiley face on the Mona Lisa, then that would get me into the club. I think.
Qualify to Cobra Commander, absolutely.
What's with all the holograms?
I don't know. It makes it look futuristic.
Yeah, his blonde assistant, she's hideous too. I'm telling you. I'm just like I said, was Michael Bay behind this at all? Because I just noticed a lot of the women in this. Okay, all right. I'm just gonna keep quiet here. Okay, enjoy the scenery, and by that I mean the pyramids of Egypt. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm being so bad tonight. Okay. Okay. We like Marlon Wayans in this.
No, this is not. This is not Ripcord. Ripcord was a Halo jumper.
Yeah.
Pretty cool character. This is not how he ever was in the cartoon or the comic book. And Scarlet would not have any time for anybody other than Snake Eyes, period.
Okay. Yes. She's easy on the eyes. Anyway, let's stop talking about Rachel Nichols already. Why stop talking so much about her? It's getting weird. Okay. These kind of look CG. These ships. I'm going to be honest with you.
They are. Yeah.
This is kind of like where I'm like, yeah, this is where you didn't have the money, the effects budget money. Okay.
The budget was 175.
175 million.
Yeah. It did 302 at the box office.
That's why is it in some movies the CG effects look brilliant, like in stuff like Alita. In other movies, I'm like, I know that's a CG ship. I don't get it. All right, so we got are we impressed with the gray camo and all that? And
not really. No. Everyone in G.I. Joe looked different. All these people look the same.
They did that. The X-Men movies had that same problem, didn't they? They put everyone in uniforms instead of giving them their own costumes like in the comics. Because that's the cool thing about the X-Men comics, how they all had this cool, they all different looks about them, you know? But then you get to the movies and it's all standard black uniforms because that's what the normies like. Or at least, it's... Whoa, she's got the thermoptic camo.
Doesn't everybody have that?
I've seen that on Ghost in the Shell. That's a big favorite anime of mine. They have the Section 9 has thermoptic camo. And I remember on the television series later on, they were being attacked by other guys that had their own camo, but it wasn't as good as theirs. You could tell it was shoddier. I mean, and it's not quite perfect. You can still sort of see the outline, but kind of like in this, basically. Okay, and here we go. Christopher Eccleston.
Who was Doctor Who at one point, I
He
hear.
was on the Revival series. He was the first Doctor of the Revival series. I guess I lose track now. What the heck was he? Was he? I think he was supposed to be 9, but then they added the War Doctor in, even though the War Doctor never existed. They screwed up the numbering. Don't get me started on Doctor Who. I'll go. The industry won't talk about G.I. Joe at all. But he's a good actor. He's been on other stuff. He was on Heroes. Remember the show Heroes?
Yeah.
He could turn invisible. That was his power. He was on what else was he on? He was on that HBO show where everybody disappeared. The Leftovers. He was on The Leftovers. He played an Episcopal preacher on the Leftovers. All right, so all these holograms are throwing me off a little bit, aren't they? Are they with you? But I guess it's near future, so everybody talks through holograms, right?
Bother me.
All right, I don't know.
They do get Duke's rank incorrect in this film. Duke was a first sergeant, not a captain.
All right, so did anybody ever die on G.I. Joe?
In the comic book, yeah.
Okay, they couldn't get away with it on the cartoon back then, right? Yeah.
Yeah, not in the cartoon.
So,
and the Baroness was Eastern European. She wasn't American. But she was involved with Destro.
What, like had a relationship?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Destro loved the Baroness, and the Baroness loved Destro.
Oh, that's sweet. That's Sienna Miller. I think she dated Daniel Craig for a little while, didn't she? But I guess he ended up marrying Rachel Weisz.
She never dated me. I'm just saying.
What?
She never dated me.
Okay. All right. So let's see here. We have so they're in Egypt, so they know where they are.
Yep.
I'd like to have a secret headquarters in Egypt. See, one of the important things to know when marketing toys to young boys, listen up, Hollywood types, both the good guys and the bad guys have to be cool, okay? Like when you're on the playground and one kid you have to pick sides, you have to be okay either playing as the good guys or the bad guys. Like with Star Wars toys, yes, the Imperial ships are really cool, but so are the Rebel ships, okay? You could enjoy playing as either side. Now, when you do your stupid sequel trilogy and you have the Resistance, who are lame, uncool, and you have the First Order, who are also uncool, that doesn't help sell toys to the young boys on the playground and even the few girls that would be playing along, okay? But what do I know? I'm just a child of the 80s, okay? My rant over, okay?
Okay. And your characters are kind of just buffoonish, too.
You can't take any one of those movies seriously except for Ray. We love Ray. So here we go. I kind of had a guess that this was Cobra Commander, not having too much familiarity, considering that he keeps working with Cobras and he's weird looking and has this weird thing over his face and like has like a monocle, like a black monocle over one eye. He looks like a supervillain, okay?
I think if they had made this character Dr. Mindbender and had a separate Cobra Commander, it would have played better.
Oh, was that a different villain?
Yeah, Dr. Mindbender was a dentist who
what?
He went a little crazy from trying to experiment with, like the Mr. Nose gas. Okay. And he joined Cobra. He had like a purple pants and like these like harness braces and no shirt. bald head, like handlebar mustache and cape, and it was pretty cool.
Cool. Oh, Big Al's in the house. Preach, yes. I thought this was pretty cool. The nanobots can expel the actual Cobra venom. That's impressive. Okay.
That is.
So I would rank these along the lines of the Michael Bay Turtles movies. Okay, that's sort of where I'm placing this. This is a movie made for, and this market can't exist because these are horrible. Okay, preteen boys. That's what this movie is aimed at. Okay, that's who it's for. It's not. It's not for teenagers. It's not for the adults. It's for the preteen boys. Now, I know that we have to scorn preteen boys and say there's something wrong with you and you don't deserve of anything. But that's who this movie was aimed at, okay? That's what I'm thinking, right? Like the 8 to 12-year-old range? What do you think?
Yeah,
okay. That's what I'm thinking the age range in. And for guys that are a kid at heart, okay? That's what I'm figuring.
This movie to be good were the people who grew up reading the comic books, though.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is just grab a couple of issues and make that into a movie. That's all you got to do. Why is that so hard? Why?
Or just hire a Japanese anime studio and go to town, okay? Just here's the comic book. Try to be as faithful as you can be, but you can do your own thing. And they would probably do something decent. I remember when I got the Batman Ninja Blu-ray and Warner Brothers said, fill out a survey what you thought of this since you bought it. And I went online and I said, have Anime Studio make Wonder Woman anime. Okay? Because I know they'll do something nice with that, okay? But I don't think we're going to be getting that after all. Okay, but here we go, though. Lead actor's name again? Do I got to look this up?
Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, okay.
Who's bugging me on MeWe? I'm about to click off of this. Al? What did he send me? Okay, I'll get in touch with you, Al. Maybe for the 23rd, all right? Because that one I do want to do. All right. Yeah, I think I'll probably do the Phantom of the Paradise rewatch. And Daniel, you can do the Troll rewatch with Big Al.
Do the what?
the Troll rewatch.
When is this Troll?
Actually, maybe I'm not allowed to be saying this on the air. I apologize. Maybe this is a big surprise. Okay. He's planning his October movies. I do like. I'm a big fan of one of them, so I think I might come on for that one.
October's a busy month for me.
October's a busy month for you. Yeah, we're all busy. Okay.
Well, I'm going to Boston the first weekend to see John Williams.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Then I come back home for like a week and a half, and I fly to the Grand Canyon for half a week.
You were busy.
I just said I'm busy for October. And then I'm turning a year older in October.
That's right. What's the big day? You gonna do a stream on that day?
I will. It's the 15th. So
yeah, that's what I thought it was. All right.
Right. Yeah. I fly out on the 13th, but we can probably still do a show that night. We would be on the second Omen movie at that point.
Oh, well, we could always do it. What is that? Is the 15th on a Wednesday?
No, like the 13th is on a Wednesday.
Okay, yeah, we got to do like I said. Well, like I said, if you're going to be out of town a week, we can always skip that week and do it when you get back or something. You know,
okay.
We'll figure it out. You could always just skip the final conflict. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that out loud. I'm sorry.
And John Williams has the concert with the Berlin Philharmonic on my birthday as well.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I got to figure out how to do a Zoom call with that everybody.
Look at this. Look at Sienna Miller.
Yeah, I like her better with black hair.
I think she is typically blonde, though, isn't she?
Yeah.
You're asking me to marry you? I'll marry you on one condition. Nothing bad happens to my brother, who is Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who, come
Who's
on.
Robin? He's Robin,
He's
man.
Robin. He is Robin.
And he's Bruce Willis. He's a younger Bruce Willis.
He is?
Yeah, that movie with Bruce Willis, he plays the younger Bruce
Oh,
Willis.
Looper. Is that stupid Ryan Johnson? I didn't see that. I'm not going to watch
I
it
didn't
now.
see her. I just know he
Kiss
played.
my butt. No, I like Dark Knight Rises. I don't care what anybody says. And I'm going to say this. I believe that the Robin, he's supposed to be playing that, even though he's not really Robin in that movie, but he's a cop that didn't. He's basically, if Robin didn't become Robin, that's what I took that as. I think he's the third Robin, Tim Drake. I think that's who he's supposed to be, because his background reminded me of Tim Drake, so that's why I think he was supposed to be in Dark Knight Rises. But anyway. Look at this. I'm engaged. What? I'm thinking we should have seen this before the movie started. Right? It's like we're getting these weird flashbacks.
It's not a horrible flashback.
Yeah, I typically don't like flashbacks, though. But do you love my boy? Always and forever. And ever and ever and ever. Yeah, your life kind of sucks now. Now she wants to kill you.
Yeah.
And she's with like a supervillain now. Okay. And it's like
I don't care for these accelerator suits. I think these are kind of.
They look kind of hokey, don't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
Are these what they look like on the cartoon?
They
have
didn't
these
have
on the cartoon?
This is not a cartoon thing.
They just added this for the movie.
Yeah.
Because they want to make it more like Transformers.
I suppose. Or just make it stupid.
Here's some cybernetic suits. Yeah, I don't like them at all. Maybe they were designed to sell toys. Did you think about that? Hasbro doesn't run on love, Come on. Okay? They need to sell action figures. Was this movie a big hit? It got a sequel, didn't it?
It made $302 million. I mean, that's not horrible.
This is cool. This is like Hogan's Alley, but in real life.
It's Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, it's weird Brendan Fraser's in this for like 2 seconds. Okay, why is that?
He's friends with Steven Sommers, the director.
Yeah, but I mean, isn't he big enough he could have been in it more? I mean, you could have had him play the Dennis Quaid character, okay? I mean, It's like... All right. Does he show up in the sequel in more prominence or something? Or, I don't know. Sub targets are harder to hit than others. Yeah, this is when flirting was still okay. I'm sorry. It's just current year. We all like Snake Eyes. What? Go ahead.
What? You don't like Snake Eyes? What?
No, everybody likes Snake Eyes. That's the point.
Yeah,
He's a ninja. We like American Ninja, kicking the butt of evil ninja. See, I played a lot of video games back in the day, and ninjas were a thing. Okay, and no doubt, I'm sure in the G.I. Joe game, one of the characters you could play as was Snake Eyes, because that probably wouldn't have sold anything otherwise. But ninjas were a big deal. I played one game called Shadow Dancer, The Secret of Shinobi. and it was you and your dog, and you were like the Ninja Joe Hisashi, I think was his name, and you're going up against an organization called the Union Lizard. Okay,
That's charming.
if I'm gonna name myself an organization, the Union Lizard. Okay. And like apparently they invaded New York City and like the Statue of Liberty was all messed up and they kidnapped children. They kidnapped kids.
Hmm.
What's he doing? Breaker told me that Scarlett graduated college at 12 years old. Is that true?
I think that's correct.
She's like a super prodigy. She's like a genius.
She's a martial arts expert. She was counterintelligence, Ranger qualified, sniper qualified.
You're such a nerd, Scarlett. I would never go out with you.
Well, why not?
I'm sorry.
You're right. You wouldn't because you know,
all right, we got Snake Eyes. That's what you're saying. It's not what I'm saying. Oh, keeps getting shot down. Yeah, he isn't that annoying in this. I'll say that. I mean, he's, better than in those scary movies, right? Oh, I don't like those movies. Are you sure Michael Bay wasn't involved with this at all?
pretty sure.
Okay. Because it feels like they're going for that same Transporters audience.
Yeah.
It's not nearly as dumb as Transformers though. Okay, because at least I know who the bad guys are and who the good guys are. Whereas in the Transformers movies, I can't tell who's fighting who half the time. And no Shia LaBeouf, so that's Channing Tatum better than Shia LaBeouf, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Nothing against the guy. All right. Uh-oh.
So, what are your thoughts on the new Indiana Jones lead character?
Okay, well, it might just be a rumor. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna sound pretty mean. If it was Rachel Nichols being cast as the new lead character, that'd be a different story. I'm being mean. Some people aren't leads. That includes both men and women, okay, in these movies, and they're trying to make people who aren't leads into leads. Now, again, this could just be a rumor, okay? Because I'm thinking a lot of the stuff they like to float out there to see how we're going to react to it. But yeah, I don't know. If it's the real deal, then it's not a good sign, okay?
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I'm miffed enough at Disney over what they've done with the Roger Rabbit ride, so I keep trying to cut them slack, and they come up with new reasons for me to hate them. So that's basically what I want to say. Hollywood in general, like I'm feeling like Hollywood is like the last gasp of anything we have. That's why if they do something right, I try to point it out because like everything else has gone to crap. I'm not trying. Like comic books, I mean, are comic books in good shape? I mean, I know some of this, like the indies are doing all right, but like Marvel and DC, come on. Oh, he killed her.
Yeah, I always liked Cover Girl. She came with a tank. It was called the Wolverine. Had these missiles on top.
She was a character.
She was. She had red hair or brown, depending on which version you got. But she was a supermodel whose boyfriend, fiance got killed. I think by Cobra. So she joined the GI Joe team and became a tank mechanic.
I like that.
Yeah, she was an awesome character.
See, I'm liking all of this, and that's why I'm saying maybe give it to a Japanese studio, make an anime version. I think that could work. Okay, because they tend to like the it's almost like a cliche in Japanese anime of the of the women that like the machines, that are into the tanks or the mechs or something, and they're
because Scarlet came out the first year with the first 13 Joes. CoverGirl came out second year. She had the Wolverine tank. Ernest came out the third year.
Oh my goodness!
She
Cool.
came out towards the end. She was a ninja, same clan as Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes. Zorana was Zartan's sister. She was like a punk rock assassin with pink hair. She was so hot for a little plastic toy action figure.
Zartan?
Like midriff exposed and like pink punk rock hair and these boots. Anyways, but G.I. Joe always had female characters and they were all awesome.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, I'm not picking on G.I. Joe. It's probably something I should have given a chance when I was growing up. The characters sound cool if they were to, maybe get a better movie, maybe. But
Yeah, I don't know why we can't have good G.I.
maybe
Joe.
Why not a television series?
I'd be down with that.
Like maybe, like I'm thinking a television series. That's where they should be sticking Joe, and you could really build it up over time and add new characters, like with the toy line and stuff, and just
it's so easy to do.
You can't shoot me, can you? I don't think I'd be able to shoot you either, even though she's so evil. It's like I know there's good in you. There has to be. Okay, Storm Shadow strikes me as a badass too. He's not anyone you want to mess with. Okay, but
Storm Shadow, Snake Eyes, and Stalker, who's not in this film, I don't know why, served in Vietnam together on long range patrols.
Really?
Yeah. And after the war, Snake Eyes came home and learned that his parents and his sister, his twin sister, got killed in a car accident while coming to pick him up from the airport.
That's horrible.
That's very horrible.
That's going to mess with you. Now, is this his true origin in this movie? Of him like being an orphan in Tokyo and like he's going to okay.
In the comic book, he met Storm Shadow in Vietnam.
Okay.
And then of course when he came home and his family just got killed. So Storm Shadow, whose Christian name is Tommy Arasakage, invited him to come to Japan to learn the family business, which was being a ninja saboteur badass. And while there, he did better than Storm Shadow. And the Hard Master liked Snake Eyes more. And Storm Shadow got jealous. And one day the Hard Master got killed, and it was blamed on Storm Shadow, but it was actually Zartan. Zartan was sent to kill Snake Eyes, and Sid killed the Hard Master by mistake.
Oh, boom.
Chick fight.
Yep, and I just saw some guy get juiced. I'll say this. I mean, if you were a kid and saw this, so imagine your
it's an awesome film.
Your young self, I think, would have appreciated this movie a lot more. You probably would have said, "This is what I would," I mean, you probably would have might have cut it more slack. That's why I'm saying I do think this movie is skewed a bit younger. Okay, this isn't necessarily meant for, or it's like those Turtles movies, which I will cut slack to. Okay, and they're not really Michael Bay directed. People say, "Well, the Michael Bay Turtles movie," he didn't direct them. Okay, he just produced them. Because I remember Red Letter Media, like the one guy was saying, well, there's some aspects that are making a very competent action movie. I'm going to say, yeah, it's not bad. But, there's scenes in it, like, with Splinter getting kicked around. I'm thinking, yeah, because that's when you're a kid and you're playing with your figures, you're going to have someone kick Splinter around, okay? Just like when you're playing with your He-Man figures, people are using that sword and they're cutting heads off, okay? Doing the stuff they didn't do in the cartoon. Am I wrong?
No, you're right.
I don't know. Maybe people just reenact what they see on the show. I don't know. Okay. The Baroness is rather impressive.
She is.
He's so evil. He killed that what was it? That
Nomad.
That Nomad. He just murdered him to take his spot. Here we have the president.
Zartan's an interesting character. He grew up in the circus in, I think it was France. And he was a paranoid schizophrenic on his original file card, and they changed it later because parent groups got
upset. Sure.
Like I didn't know what paranoid schizophrenic meant when I read the file card. I was like, oh wow, But
It sounds like the writing was pretty good on this stuff from where you're
it was,
describing
it
it.
was
Yeah.
so good. Thank you, Larry Hama. He was a Marvel comic writer.
Yeah.
He wrote nearly all the file cards for all the characters, and he wrote most of the comic book run.
All right, so here they're having the heart-to-heart.
Yeah, and this is wrong. She would be with Snake Eyes. She wouldn't have time for anyone else. This irks me. It's a big irking point.
Well, who did this guy get with, this character?
Ripcord?
Yeah, who'd Ripcord get?
Ripcord's not that important. He's not one of the main characters.
Oh my
He's
goodness,
a good
that's so mean.
He's a good character, but he's not one of the main characters.
Even the Flash had Iris West, right? Come on. All right, so they got kind of taken by surprise there, right? Yeah. I'll say this: the pacing's pretty good in this, even up till now. Like, it's not as mindless as like one of those Transformers movies. I feel like there's at least intent for all the stuff happening here. Okay,
and like the Transformers movies, they just like drag an action scene on for.
I know. Like, they're not bad. Like,
something to fall out of the sky. My lord, come on.
Go to the dojo. They got that's rice, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to say, is that mashed potatoes or is that rice? They do have KFC in Japan,
And McDonald's.
You probably know this, but you know how that KFC is a Christmas tradition in Japan? Did you know about this?
Really?
Yes. You will have to pre-order your KFC meal in Japan for Christmas because that's how popular it is. Okay. And there's this British expat lives in Japan and teaches, and he did a thing on the he said, don't spend Christmas in Japan, go home. Because he says the problem with Christmas in Japan is that right after that is New Year's, and New Year's is a huge holiday in Japan, okay? And you won't even be able to get money out of ATMs. You better prep for it, okay?
Wow.
Yeah, it's a very big deal. Like, Christmas is more like, I don't even think they get the day off. They just you can, I mean, they still celebrate it, but it's not like it is over here in the West, He is hungry. We need to invite him in and show him the path. This is not in the comic, right? They just made this up.
They met Vietnam. That's where they
didn't want they didn't want to talk about Vietnam.
Yeah.
Wouldn't the placemat though be like Afghanistan or Iraq now? That's what they did on the new Magnum PI. He was in. I think he was in. I don't know if he was in Iraq or Afghanistan, but that's where he came from on the new show. Okay, so.
Was he still a naval officer in the new show?
Yes.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, I think he's naval on the new show. No, actually, no. Wait a minute. Now I got to find this out. He may not be. He may have a regular army. Hold on. Let me see. Magnum PI. Nope. Got to look for the new show.
What was Magnum in the Navy in the original show? Was he intelligence? Or am I
hold on. Maybe he was Navy SEAL. Let me think on this. Major Hernandez says Thomas Magnum, former Navy SEAL. Okay, so he's a Navy SEAL. Okay, now he's a security consultant. Okay. And okay, he was Navy SEAL. And the other guy is a Marine. And yeah, his friends are Marines, though. Okay. But he was a Navy SEAL. Okay. On the new show. I don't know about the original. I don't know. Let me look. I can look it up right now. Find out. We need a major motion picture for Tom Selleck as Thomas Magnum. Jeez. Okay. Well, what's his thing? Early life? Magnum speaks Vietnamese and French.
A lot of Vietnamese people speak French.
Okay.
It used to be a French colony.
All right. Careers. Magnum, Magnum attended the United States Naval Academy class of 87 or 68, depending of the episode referenced. Oh, 67 or 68, excuse me. Let me see. Served United States Navy, right, lieutenant before serviceman. Okay. He served in both the SEALs and Naval Intelligence during his Navy years. Okay. So I think you said Naval Intelligence. He did both.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I don't like McCullen. Do you? I don't like these.
I like Jester as a character.
I don't like him in this. He's some rich guy and he stole the girl. We don't like him. You're bad. You're all bad. I want to be with the good guys. Okay, question. Okay. Sienna Miller's Baroness marries a French scientist who's all Baron. Is that correct? Hence why she's now the Baroness?
In the movie. In the comic book, she came from a very wealthy Eastern European family. And she joined like the underground movement in Eastern Europe. She was an anarchist. She was in Vietnam with her brother. Her brother was killed by the Vietnamese, but she thinks Stalker killed her brother. So she hates America because she blames America for killing her brother.
So she's out for revenge.
Hello, Matthew Flynn. How are you? Which G.I. Joe movie were you expecting?
He was expecting the animated one, probably. So he eats Double Bubble, right? Do you like Double Bubble?
I really don't chew gum. I have bad teeth, remember?
Okay, all right.
But yeah, in the comic book, he was always blowing bubbles.
Okay, so that's...
And the original G.I. Joe character Breaker was born in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and I think he spoke like 12 or so languages, and he was a communications officer. He was not French.
Okay.
He was Tennessee.
You'd get Double Bubble on Halloween. That was usually the people that didn't spend the money on the Halloween candy. Okay, but it's bubble gum, so...
People. Yes.
But it's better than the people that wouldn't give you anything at all, so I try not to be too nasty.
That's
okay.
True.
The Mary Janes and the Bito Honeys, though, those were, come on, guys. Really?
I like Mary Janes. Mary Janes are okay.
I'd still eat them, but, you know.
I'm going to send you like a 10-pound bag of Mary Janes for Halloween.
Yeah, funny. You know what else, actually, what I liked? Actually, what I hated was Charleston Chews. I didn't like those. I get those. I did not like those. That's like a throwback to the 60s. Get rid of it. I don't know why they were giving that out. Oh, I don't even find that. I don't think you can buy it now, but Charleston Chews, no. Oh, all right. So yeah, her brother became a come on. She ordered well done, not burnt. Okay, it's like man, you're gonna have to go home and face your fiance after you let her brother burn to death.
I think the explosion would kill you. I don't think you would be alive for anything after the bomb.
I don't know. He's probably writhing around there. Duke, help me! Oh, I'm kidding. I'm being bad. I'm sorry. We got the funeral, and she's folding the flag, and it's like, Duke, you done messed up. Of course, it's raining, right?
Of course, it always at funerals.
My dad was in the Air Force. When we had his funeral, he got the full treatment. Okay.
What rank was he?
I should know this. I don't know. I should know this. I think I know my uncle's more than my dad's. Like, he didn't make a career of it. He just did his tour, but
Okay.
later on he became a police captain. Though that was his main job in life, a police officer, police captain eventually. Look at that. Did you like that? The throwing stars, huh?
As a child, I loved throwing stars.
Did you have any? Did you have any?
One. I had one throwing star.
How did you get away with that? Did your mom buy it for you?
To the purchase store with my mother behind me, and I paid cash money for it.
I was not allowed.
Not allowed. She said, if you poke out your eye with this, you will never have another one.
Another what? Another throwing star? Another eye?
Either or.
Oh. You would know the kids in class that had the throwing stars, and it's like, can I get a pair of nunchucks at least?
Yeah, I made nunchucks out of like a broken mop handle and some string, and I always hit myself in the head. I got over that very quickly.
I wasn't allowed to skateboard.
No, that was too dangerous.
No, I wasn't allowed to skateboard. Yeah, heaven forbid I have something that might make me attractive to the opposite sex if I got good at it. Yeah, never mind. Okay, it's okay. I'll just play my Nintendo games. That's eventually what I got into.
There's some hot gamer girls out there, my friend.
Women were not into games back in the day. This happened later. That was a millennial thing. I told you it was weird when I was in college and I'm playing my Game Boy Advance, and she's like, "Is that Zelda you're playing?" I'm like, "You know what Zelda is?" It's like,
and it was love at first sight, right?
No, I didn't get to talk to her too much after that, but yeah. Are you fighting that guy Ganon? He's not in this game, okay? But he might be. I said I don't know.
But what Boomer really said was, "Woman, I ain't got time for you.
I got time for your nonsense. Go get." Whoa. Is that the kiss of death?
Yeah.
So let me get this straight. She marries this guy to become a baroness so she can have the title. And he's also a super scientist.
Money. Money's a good motivator, right?
And she's also a super scientist.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
We all know the ending of this movie. It turns out it's the nanobots that turned her evil, right? Okay. Yeah. She either has to go to jail, but then she'll inherit his money, correct? Or she wasn't guilty, but then she wasn't technically married to him because that wasn't who she was. Like, is there any way she could have her cake and eat it too, get exonerated, still get the title and the... I'm just asking. I don't know.
France, so...
These suits are not working for me.
Yeah, I really don't care for these suits at all. Nothing ninja for you, Matthew Flynn. Why did your parents not like ninjas?
I am gonna say something. This is something that a lot of kids these days don't understand. There were still a lot of bad feelings left over from WW2. Okay.
Well, my grandfather did not care for the Japanese at all.
No, even my I'm just saying certain family members too, they frowned on it. That was sort of like a rebellion thing where you were getting into all this like ninja stuff and also watching anime. Back then it wasn't trendy. Okay. There was, plus people are also angry about the Japanese because they were buying up all the American businesses and their cars were outselling ours because they were better. Because they were better. Anyway, I'm sorry. And it's and just you'll look at SNL. There are little skits about that. That probably wouldn't be too PC today.
Young Ho with Michael Keaton back in the day.
Yeah, I remember that
film.
I don't know if I've ever seen it. I remember of it though. I remember Mr. Baseball with Tom Selleck. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Where he's a American ball player, goes to Japan.
Yeah. Did you get Stripes from La La Land yesterday? Did you order it?
I did not, but maybe I'll look into that.
Okay, they only printed 1,000 copies, my friend.
Are they all sold out now? I'll go on their
I don't
site
know.
after the stream. What?
I was on the fence about it, and I'm like, you know what? If I don't get it, I'm gonna want it in like 6 months to a year, and it's gonna be like $100. So
I'll go on their site after the stream. If it's still
I
there, I'll
went
get
ahead
it. If not, it wasn't meant to be. I do like Elmer Bernstein though. He's a
yeah,
good composer.
I know you did. That's why I'm hounding you to buy it, so you don't regret it.
I'll look into it after the stream. You have to understand, sir, that I've had a lot of things on my mind lately, okay?
I understand.
Like the Amiga 500 Mini that supposedly is coming out.
When is this happening?
Next year.
Okay.
You can pretend you're living. You can pretend you're the rich kid in the late 80s that has the Boss computer. Okay, now. You understand? I didn't have an Amiga back in the day. I couldn't afford one. Okay.
Okay.
But like the Amiga had better graphics than like a lot of like the NES could do. I told you, I was like, I did a thing. That video I clipped did very well on my channel. I clipped the thing of Troy and I talking about the Amiga 500 Mini, and he was like, he didn't know what I was talking about. That thing got a lot of hits because people are interested in this thing. Well, 200, not a huge number, but huge for me. You know. Oh, look at that Snake Eyes. We don't get to see what Snake Eyes looks like at all. Does he never take off the mask? Is that like his thing?
They showed him what his face looked like one time. He was in a helicopter crash, and I think he was saving Scarlett, if I remember correctly. He dragged her out of the helicopter as the helicopter was blowing up, and his face took the brunt of the blast, and it fried his vocal cords. He couldn't talk. They were just completely fried, and it melted a lot of his face off.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So what do you think of Cobra's plan here?
To take over the world? I mean, cool. You know,
they want to basically obliterate all of Paris. Okay.
Oh wow, that doesn't. You know, I don't know anyone in Paris. I mean,
oh my goodness.
Joking.
I hope so. Dude, those are like super missiles.
I know. So Matthew Flynn says, like, the UK just doesn't like ninjas. Okay.
Oh, forget that. Yeah, I talked about that a bit on the Troy stream. Yeah, it's. I'll put it to you this way: over there, they call it Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. Okay.
Okay.
That's what they called it over there in Europe, or at least in England. I know. Okay.
Alistair Douglas is correct. Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow, every 80s child ninja inspiration. Very true.
Like, I think Shadow the Ninja for the NES had a different title in Europe. It was like Blue Shadow or Blue something. I don't know. It was like, yeah. There's the Eiffel Tower. You ever been to the Eiffel Tower, Daniel?
Never been to France.
I'm not a fan of the Eiffel Tower. I'll be honest with you. I get like Notre Dame Cathedral. I'd like to see that. Well, I guess I can't see that now, can I? Of course, I guess they're going
to. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm going to bring it up because I'm still trying to figure out how that happened. And it's an electrical thing. Yeah, I'm sure it was. Okay. Did they ever find anything out about that? Or
there's been a lot of church burnings in Europe.
I know, and I think I know who's behind it, and I think it's the same people that like to do burnings in our country. But
Trump,
anyway,
right? It's Trump's
what?
fault. Trump.
No, I think it's that group that I won't mention.
Yeah, I know.
Tifa. Okay, I'm sorry. Did I say that? Anyway, okay. Tila. I was thinking about Tila. That's what I meant to say. You know, my favorite character of Masters of the Universe. Who really was always the star of that show.
Character?
What?
Tila's your favorite He-Man character?
It's funny. I didn't really watch He-Man, and I'm sorry. I'm like, I'll watch an episode like a couple months ago to see what is all the hoopla. And I'm watching this. I'm seeing Tila, and I'm saying, so Tila is the girl character on the show. That's the role. She's the girl. Okay,
Right.
Am I wrong here?
No, you're right.
She's there to so there's a girl on the show. Okay.
I always had the hots for the sorceress myself.
The sorceress.
Yeah, she's hot. Woo! Hot, smoking hot.
Okay.
Back me up here, Alistair.
I don't know. I don't like this. Who's playing Storm Shadow in this?
Some dude. I don't know his name.
I'm gonna find out. I've been talking all about these people. That guy's from this show and that. We need names, okay? All right, let's look up G.I. Joe: The Rise of Cobra.
I don't know why you would run an Uzi by putting a forward grip handle on it. It just makes it look ugly.
I don't know.
Thank you, Alistair. He says I'm 100% correct. The sorceress is smoking hot.
Ray Park is Snake Eyes.
Yes.
All right. Oh, Cobra. Okay. Well, we won't say who the Cobra Commander is yet because that's a big surprise.
It's Gordon Joseph. Or
Byung Hun as Storm Shadow. What have I seen him in? All right, he's a South Korean actor. Okay. Oh, he was in the Magnificent Seven remake. Okay. All right.
Was he?
Yes.
He was the guy that hung out with Dennis Quaid in that movie.
The Magnificent Seven?
Yeah, wasn't Dennis Quaid? They were up in the church tower.
Maybe. I don't remember. Was Quaid in that movie? I guess he was. I know Denzel Washington was in it, and
yeah.
Okay. All right, boom. All right, you got to stop it. She's so evil.
She is.
There go the balloons. He threw spaghetti sauce in his face.
You got to use what you got. I do remember the behind the scenes thing they did for this. They said they had to increase the size of the Eiffel Tower to make it look more dramatic.
Are you kidding me?
No. The Eiffel Tower is not this big in real life. Is what it is.
You know what? I'm sorry. If they had like done it to Notre Dame, I'd be crying right now. I don't care. I'm sorry. I heard at one point they were thinking about tearing that down, but they needed it as a radio. I think a radio antenna or something. Is that what I heard? Or like for satellites or something. I don't know. Just there it goes. I feel worse for the poor bridge that's going to get destroyed.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like, congratulations, Duke. Socks him. And look at that. Here comes the tower. It's going to destroy that bridge. I got to tell you, you want to watch a movie that's terrifying? London Has Fallen. Have you seen that? Gerard Butler, where the terrorists are just blowing up all these different things in London.
Yeah. Yeah, London Has Fallen,
London Has Fallen, and they say we're going to keep doing it unless you hand over the President of the United States. And what are you going to do when we hand over the President of the United States? I'm going to torture him live. I'm going to torture him to death live on the internet. That's what he says. Okay, what do you think of that?
I should probably watch the movie.
No, I mean it's a generic president. It's the guy who played Two-Face in the Dark Knight. Harvey Dent. Aaron Eckhart, I think, plays the president. But yeah. Well, the cast of this is pretty good. So they're gonna liquefy his face with the nanomites.
His whole body. It's kind of gross. I agree, Matthew Flynn. I do not like this version of Cobra Commander either. I think they could have done like a Dr. Mindbender and a Cobra Commander character with this one character. Just
yeah. Especially when we find out who it is.
Yeah.
He's not a guy I know for playing heavies, okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll say this, Henry Cavill in that last Mission Impossible movie, and spoiler alert, I don't
He's
care.
a naughty person. Yeah.
He's what?
He's a naughty person.
Yeah, and let's be honest, you're gonna have Henry Cavill and Tom Cruise. You're not gonna have two leading men, okay? He's gonna be the bad guy, and it even starts out. He's at least an antagonist for. You just don't know that they really are on opposite sides. But even when it's starting out, it's. All right. We want to rush you. We could ever come to Paris again or France again, and I'm thinking, wow, I'm not going to get some.
I'm like, that's it. Just don't come back. Okay.
I've never been to France. I don't know if I'd like it or not. I don't know. Italy's the country I'd like to go to one of these days.
I mean, I haven't been a lot of places, and I'm okay with that for some of them.
I think there's something, they have a word for it, like when Japanese citizens go to Paris for the first time and they're distraught because it's not what they imagined it to be. Because in Japan, they're fascinated by Paris, France, okay, and they say when they actually go visit, doesn't live up to their image of what it is. Yeah, but did they get GI Joe in England, Matthew Flynn?
Action Force.
So they called it over there, Action Force.
Yeah.
Okay.
Olive.
Is Olive being bad?
Cricket had her womanly time, so I took her to Rebecca's house for like 3 weeks.
Okay.
There was like a power vacuum, and it shifted.
Is Olive now wait a minute? Did Olive become the alpha dog?
Olive and Mallory have been sparring.
Oh my goodness!
And Olive tore into Addison pretty bad, but she's fine. And then
all right,
Olive and Mallory started getting into it, so I'm just policing them very strictly.
You let them know that you're the alpha. You're the alpha. You're the alpha dog.
Yeah, but they're fighting for top female.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Females fight for breeding rights, even if
my goodness. Oh my goodness.
And that's worse. Girl dogs will fight quicker than male dogs will.
That's crazy. Okay. I don't know a lot about dogs. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. But I got Cricket back now, and she's reasserting herself as top dog. That's an actual dog. So hopefully things will level out here in a week or so.
So look at this. Snake Eyes, you're the top of the class. Storm Shadow, you kind of suck. That's what I would say.
That was in the comic book.
Okay.
Except they were older. It was after Vietnam.
So they go training after Vietnam. Okay.
Right. And thing is, Snake Eyes was always better with swords, and Storm Shadow was always better with a bow and arrow.
That would have been cooler if they were adults and they show them as adults, and instead of doing this thing with them being kids.
And I don't know why they couldn't. Is it more cinematic to have them as?
I know why. We're gearing this to the boys. We have to have boys in the movie, okay? They don't understand when you're a kid, when you're a little boy, you don't want to see other little boys on the damn screen. You want to see full grown. You want to imagine yourself as Luke Skywalker. You don't want to see little Anakin Skywalker in the pod racing. I don't understand this. The adults always make this mistake, and I don't understand this. When you're a kid, you're not identifying with the kid characters, okay? How tall is Rachel Nichols now? Now I got to find this out. Okay.
She's probably in heels there.
Yeah, I'm gonna find out. No, what we could Rachel Nichols loses job. Oh wait, that's a different Rachel Nichols.
One review I read on the score to this film. I mean, the guy was just hammering it, saying it was a horrible Alan Silvestri film score. And but he said it's just like a continual action piece with no payoff because there's no overriding theme. But there's a theme. There's a G.I. Joe theme. You just don't get it for very long.
She is 5'10".
Rebecca's 5'11", and I'm 6 foot, but I swear Rebecca's like 6'1".
Right.
I don't. She just always seems taller than me, and I'm okay with that. I'm not insecure or anything.
No, I mean, it's fine. It's okay. All right. Sorry, give me a minute. No, that's not one.
Do you have any action men from the 60s or any action force from the 80s?
Do you like their base under the polar ice caps?
I would love to have a base underneath the polar ice caps. That's like a fantasy of mine, definitely.
Duke's getting his butt kicked.
Yeah.
Did all the Cobra soldiers wear those helmets that look creepy?
No. Originally, you had the Cobra officer and the Cobra soldier and Cobra commander. That was the first year. Then you got Destro, Major Blood. What else came out that year? Second year. But then you started getting, you had the Eels, which were the Cobra, like underwater demolitions experts. And you had the Snow Serpents, which were the Arctic people. And then you started getting the Vipers. You had the normal Viper, and you had the Televiper, which was communications. And you had Toxo Viper, which was like a toxic environmental soldier, and the Astro Viper, who was a space. And they all had different outfits. But no one ever quite looked like these guys.
Duke, he's macking on your girl. This bother you? I want to punch him. Okay. What do you think?
I think after she tried to kill me a couple times, I just like let it go.
I don't care anymore. I'm fine. You also you were trying to destroy Paris. I don't think there's a future with us anyway. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just
now she's having flashbacks to like when she was blonde and they were running around in the fields together, and
Yeah. I just check out.
Okay. So, were there underwater vehicles for G.I. Joe?
Yes. There was the Shark, which was like one person sub that could also fly through the air. Kind of cool.
Wait a minute, in the sky?
Yeah, yeah. Came with deep sea. Yep. There was the Cobra Bug, which was like this big, like underwater vehicle. It had tires, but it went underneath water. It was cool. I never had one. There was the hovercraft, which went on top of the water for the Joes. There was the Cobra hydrofoil, which was like a hovercraft kind of for the Cobras. The water moccasin for the Cobras.
A water moccasin.
Yep. The Devilfish, which was like a small, like one-person vehicle, it was like a $5 thing. So if you didn't have a whole lot of allowance, you could get that pretty easy. There was a raft for the Cobras. I think it's called the Nighttime Landing. It was like a blue raft. Of course, there was the USS Flag aircraft carrier that was 7.5 feet long. Cost $100.
Did you have that?
No.
Oh.
I did not. I went to a private school and no one in my class had the USS Flag.
I bet one kid, someone knew of a kid that had it. My cousin has it.
There was a girl in my class, her dad was a surgeon, and her little punk-ass, bitch-faced brother, who was 3 years behind us, had it.
What?
And his name was Whitney. Who names a boy Whitney? Right?
Well, I'm going to say, wasn't Whitney like Clark's rival on the first season of Smallville that was dating Lana? Remember that?
Yeah,
we all hated
right?
Whitney. I hated Whitney.
We all hated Whitney. Yeah.
Stupid. Smallville. All right, so here we go. Sienna Miller.
Hot.
You know, I bet like when she's wearing the glasses, like she's not hot when she takes them off. I'm kidding, of course. It's like oh, she's hideous. Oh, the glasses are off. I can't believe it. You know, why are you looking longingly at him? You're supposed to be looking longingly at me. Hey, Cobra Commander weirdo guy, who I kept thinking was going to turn out to be Gary Oldman. Did you know that? When I was seeing him, I was like, "Is that Gary Oldman underneath that breathing device?" I kept thinking it was going to be Gary. See, Gary Oldman should have been Cobra Commander, right?
I could kind of see that.
What?
I could kind of see Gary Oldman doing that.
Yeah, have Gary Oldman be Cobra Commander. Come on, all right. Polar Bear. He's about to run off and enjoy a fresh bottle of Coke, right? Like in the commercials.
Yes.
Because, you know, just I'm saying. Anyway, with that, go, Joe. I mean, they have the bikes that could go over the snow. You buy those as toys?
There was the kind of like a ski sled thing.
These seem cool to me. Okay. Okay, I have a question. Who did you prefer to play as, the Joes or Cobra?
Joe's.
Do you have other friends that like to get the Cobra stuff, or were they all Joe? So was Cobra like? Did they still buy it to have it, so they'd have someone for their heroes to fight?
I mean, we like for buying toys or for like playing out in the schoolyard, you know,
playing out in the schoolyard. Did anybody play as Cobra?
Everyone always wanted to be the Joes. No one ever wanted to be the bad guys. Everyone always wanted to be the good guys.
I remember when I was like, I think I was like 6 years old, okay? And I think I was in the first grade, and I'm on the playground. And then one of the older kids comes over, right? And he says, "Come with me." And he says, "You can play with us because you have a Darth Vader action figure on you." It was like the cool older guys, like they all had Star Wars toys. They didn't have a Darth Vader. And they said, "Okay, you can play with us. You got a Darth Vader." That was a nice moment.
Darth Vader figure, did his head fall off?
No, his cape got torn though.
Every Darth Vader figure I had, the head would always come off.
No, I had one of the old ones, I think, from like the first release, where the lightsaber comes out of his arm. Troy's more of an expert than I am. Oh look! See, I saw that hair and I thought Gary Oldman. And look, now we get the big reveal. It's disgusting. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who is not who I would cast as the villain in anything. Okay, I'm sorry. Like, I get Christopher Eccleston. I get the one guy who's playing the guy who becomes the president. Spoiler, okay? You know, I don't. No, not Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I think when I read that, I'm like, someone's yanking my chain that he's Cobra Commander. What is this guy? Like, what is it? How Many Days of Summer or whatever he was in that movie with Zoe Deschanel? This is not Cobra Commander, okay? Not Cobra Commander. I could see him as a Robin, yes, but not Cobra Commander. It's not happening. Now, couldn't he get out of there? Doesn't he have enough time to get out?
Maybe.
But if he doesn't stay, he doesn't learn all the secrets of the wonderful nanotechnology that he could use to, I don't know, change the world or rewrite history, or I don't know what he's doing here. It's if we live, I'll show you everything. What do you think?
Well, that's not Dr. Mindbender. That's pretty crappy Dr. Mindbender.
That's probably Dr. Mindbender. See, now I see Cobra Commander here, and it's like we're in Dr. Evil territory, right? Okay.
Yeah.
It's like it's I'm not taking this seriously at all. And he's a name, right? So I don't think he came cheap. I think this was a casting misdirection. Like, he would have made more sense as one of the other Joes than as Cobra Commander, right? I mean, am I wrong?
No, I agree. Matthew Flynn doesn't believe that you were ever 6 years old, Boomer.
That I was what? Yeah, I know. It happened. It happened. Okay, I was 6 years old and I had a Darth Vader action figure. I had an Obi-Wan Kenobi action figure. I had a Luke Skywalker action figure. I had Chewbacca. I had C-3PO, the one that could break apart into pieces like he did in Empire Strikes Back.
I had that one.
I had R2-D2. How big is Olive? How many pounds?
Like 60 pounds, all muscle.
Okay.
Oh, come here. Here. Oh, come on. Come on.
Let's see Olive. Oh, are we going to see Olive? Let's see Olive. Show us Olive. Hello, Olive.
Say hello. Say hello to Mr. Boomer. Hello, Mr. Boomer.
Okay. Does she have blue eyes, or is that just how it's reflecting?
Got brown eyes.
Okay. Olive. Olive, be nice. Can she hear me? I didn't think about that. Bye, Olive. All right. Look at this.
And of course, Cricket weighs 10 pounds. Mallory?
Save Duke. You got it. I'm going to save Duke. Were there jets like this you could buy for the G.I. Joe figures? I mean, these are the popular toys, right?
Yes.
Did they have G.I. Joe miniature toys where they had miniature versions of the figures?
Not that I'm remembering.
Okay. Do you know what it's like to be a monster? She just hit her brother. She doesn't even realize it, does she?
My sister would hit me all the time growing up. So.
Oh. Kissy, kissy. I'm sorry. Even seeing this without the dialogue, it's really not working for me. I don't like him as Cobra Commander. I'll be honest. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't like this version of Cobra Commander at all.
You abandoned her, Duke. Am I the villain or are you? It's. Hey, what'd you do? I wanted my sexy girlfriend that I could control with the machine. Okay, and now you're saying this ain't gonna happen. That's probably what he's saying, right? It's like I'm just. Uh, Here we go. Storm Shadow. Look at that, huh? Rewire the laser panel's brain by carefully, and he just jabs it in there, right? Is that a Storm Shadow move?
The Snake Eyes move.
Snake Eyes, what am I thinking? I'm getting them
Yeah.
confused. It's all the same to me. Okay. I didn't
Storm
play with
Shadow,
these toys.
where's
I didn't
white?
play with these toys growing up. Okay. I
Snake
was
Eyes.
into more. I was
Snake
into
Eyes,
more.
where's black?
Okay. Were you born in the 70s? I was. Late 70s. Fans, wait until Joe's break formation. Okay. But did you used to watch the cartoon show?
Every afternoon, I'd get home from school and watch it.
And did it get taken off the air eventually?
It did. I think it was on for like 2, maybe 3 years.
Were you upset?
I was, but I was getting into different things at that point. Um, I guess I pivoted from G.I. Joe and Transformers to Marvel comic books,
So that's what
and
would
then
happen.
and then
People would
Teenage Mutant
pivot.
Ninja Turtles, and then just like films in general, and Star Trek and Star Wars, and I guess that carried me through to like today.
So were you excited for the Snake Eyes movie that came out recently?
I was looking forward to it, and that's all I can say.
Did you see it?
I bought a
You,
ticket, but I didn't see it.
you didn't see it? Oh.
I didn't see it. I didn't hear anything good about it. And they said that they made Snake Eyes into an ass, and I'm like, I don't need to see that.
It didn't do well.
No,
So that might be it for G.I. Joe for a while because Paramount doesn't know what it's doing. Unless we get a television series, huh? What do you think? Huh?
I think that's actually a good idea. I would probably get Paramount Plus for that.
Oh, but that's okay because we have a new Star Trek series coming to Paramount Plus.
Do we?
Yeah, we have Strange New Worlds with Captain Pike.
Is that really happening?
Yes, I'm not going to watch it. And I'm done. It's more Kurtzman Trek. It looks like Discovery. It looks like more Discovery nonsense to me. So here we go. Do we like Dennis Quaid in this?
He's okay. I think he's a good General Hawk. Hawk was never my favorite character.
Neither one of you deserve her. That's an interesting little flamethrower, and it reverbs back on him. Does his face basically get set on fire?
Yeah,
That's gross face.
but I mean, in the comic book, there's nothing wrong with his face at all.
Yeah, we have to change things up here, okay? I'm sorry. I think when the Cobra Commander rejects the nanonites and makes his face metal, I think that was kind of cheesy, okay? I'm just gonna say there was one movie with Rachel Nichols called P2, and I bought the DVD based on the cover alone, and that's all I'm gonna say on that matter.
What? I'll have to look this up. What's it called again, Boomer?
P2, the letter P and 2 next to it. Okay.
Okay.
And it's a Christmas movie.
Okay. Maybe we should make that part of Christmas month.
Well, I don't know how good the soundtrack is. I mean, this is soundtracks with Birdman, okay? And it has to have a good score. I mean, you know what actually has a good score? What was that one? Star Chaser, is that what it's called? Legend of Orion. Have you heard of that one? The animated movie?
No.
It's like a Star Wars ripoff, but it has a pretty cool electronic score. I may pick it up one of these days. But look, oh man, the president. Did you see the sequel?
Retaliation? Yeah,
Yes.
I saw it there. Yeah.
Now, it's being set up right here, correct?
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Zartan's impersonating the president in the sequel. And
now is the president still alive, though?
Yeah, he's still alive.
And I would understand why, because they may need him to ask him questions about, like, what did he eat for lunch in the third grade or something, right? In case that, so you'd have to keep him alive for. So we like the underwater base.
It's pretty cool.
I'm sorry. At this point, though, Cobra Commander and Destro are like chuckleheads. Okay, you know what I'm saying? It's not working for me. Despero, or is it Despero?
Destro.
Destro. Okay, I'm sorry. Like I said, it wasn't my thing growing up. Oh, that's pretty cool, huh? What do you think when Snake Eyes kicked that dude through the window into the electrodes and it stored in the machine, and now we got the fight. This is the fight we've been waiting for all movie, isn't it?
It is.
Storm Chaser versus Snake Eyes.
Storm
Shadow, whatever. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not a G.I. Joe expert, okay? That's all right. In a month, we'll be doing Omen. The Omen.
I'm still working on a very special gift for that show, by the way.
For what show?
The Omen.
Oh, really? Okay. Oh, I think you mentioned it to me. Yeah, well, that'd be awesome if you could get that special guest on. By the way, did you hear? Did you hear our weather reporter Katie? Weather reporter Katie Nicolo?
Yeah,
we had her on the show. She's nominated for an Emmy.
I heard. Yeah,
that's impressive. She was on your show.
Yeah.
I keep thinking we're never going to get her back. She's going to hit the big time. I'm telling you, it's going to be.
Never know.
You never know. We'll dangle another Harry Potter movie in front of her. Maybe we get her back.
I should probably email her.
Yeah, see if she wants to do Harry Potter maybe in November sometime or something. I don't know. I know she's probably busy though, but it'd be cool to have her on again.
She does her show usually on Wednesday afternoons before we come on.
I see.
She does a show.
They're doing Airbender, which I haven't watched because I didn't watch Avatar: The Last Airbender. But if you're into that, you should check out her channel.
She hates that movie.
She hates that movie? We could do a rewatch of that. Aren't they doing a Netflix version now?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know everything. Okay. I'm not a fan of everything. There are things I missed out on. Don't ask me what I was getting into as a kid. Okay. I was watching Alf. Remember Alf? You were with G.I. Joe. I was watching Alf. Okay.
Yeah. I watched Alf too. Alf came on at night. What was it? Monday night?
It was an adult show. Like it's out at past 8 o'clock. That's for the adults. You feel like, hey, I'm
grown up.
I'm a grown up. I'm sneaking. I'm to watch something I'm supposed to be watching. You know, it's like Alf. Those Melmac girls. At some point, Troy and I will do a good old days about Alf. Problem is, I can't really remember Alf. Uh-oh, I hear a dog. Look at it. Boom. So, Matthew Flynn, you like this movie? Yeah, where are the snake people? I kept thinking that was going to happen. I'm seeing the Cobra Commander injecting all this snake venom serum, nanobite crap into people, and I'm thinking we're going to get snake people. I was expecting that. Okay, and that we don't get that. You know, I remember when I used to watch Batman Beyond. And on Batman Beyond, they had the Cobra cult, and I kept thinking, oh, this is Cobra from G.I. Joe in the future, but it's a different thing. Okay. You know, it's. But I thought that would have been funny if Cobra was in the Batman universe, but no. Okay. Melissa Harris, you like this G.I. Joe movie? You
I'm
there,
sorry,
Daniel?
someone was parked in front of my house for reasons I do not know.
That's creepy.
Olive was not pleased with them.
Olive is like the guard dog, right?
Yeah.
So look at this. Boom, 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 boom. He got stabbed right through the.
But he comes back in the sequel.
Like the character I wasn't expecting to come back for the sequel is him, but Cobra Commander and Destro don't, correct?
Cobra Commander does.
He does?
Storm Shadow breaks Cobra Commander out of prison.
What about
but
Destro?
Destro behind.
Is Destro still played by, what's his name, or they get a different actor?
I think it's a totally different actor.
Of course it is, because, you know, stupidity. I'm sorry, I'm not being good.
But his costume is a lot better in the sequel than it is in this one.
They got a missile and they hit him. You're not going to get away from us. So is G.I. Joe connected to any other properties?
In the comic book, they had a G.I. Joe Transformers crossover, which I never approved of.
Do you know what they did in the toy line? Later on, they did. I see these commercials. They did a G.I. Joe Street Fighter 2 crossover. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Which I think could work. Okay, don't you? They could exist in the same universe. They had M. Bison and Sagat and all the bad guys joined Cobra, and like the I guess the good fighters from Street Fighter joined G.I. Joe. That was the idea. You got behind that, you know.
Yeah, I suppose if you're into Street Fighter.
Chong Li used to be a police officer, I believe, in China, wherever she was from, or Hong Kong, I think. Or is she mainland? I don't know. No, maybe she was mainland. Look at that. I'm thinking he's going to die. Those nanomachines are going to rip that ship and him apart, right?
Yeah.
He's going to die the hero's death, saving Washington. The president.
I still have my Night Raven. My grandmother bought me that for my birthday in 6th grade.
Huh.
It's I don't know, it's probably 2.5 feet long, maybe 3 feet long. It's a huge plane.
It worked. When did you get that again?
6th grade birthday for my grandmother.
You know what I was playing with in the 6th grade? I was playing with Legos. Legos were my big thing.
Legos have come a long way since you and I were kids.
I am going to say this. When I was a kid, they had the 3 systems. They had town system, castle system, and space system. So they were still a lot better than what my older brothers and my older siblings had to deal with, But at least I had. I mean, and then later on, toward the end of my Lego run, we got Pirate System, and then I kind of gave up on Legos because I started getting into games. But I was very impressed with the Lego toys. I had the blacksmith shop, I had the armory, I had the King's Castle. You know how I got the King's Castle? I had to save up my allowance and pay half. I got the other part of it for Christmas. Okay, that was the big one. Wish I still had those, but what can you do? To be fair, though, no Legos for me now. You know why? I'd be like a fiend, and I would start building them all over again. Seriously, I gave it up. It's like some people gave up cigarettes. I gave up Legos. Okay.
Okay.
What do you think of that? I came so close. They had the Tron light cycle Lego set.
Yeah.
I was very close to that. I was like having to resist, and I resisted. Okay, because I said no Legos for you. Okay. Just trust me. I have enough of this. Enough of that. Oh, look at that. So I'm not so much. Oh, look at this. So Rachel Nichols is getting away. What's her character name in this?
Scarlet.
Scarlet. Why is she called Scarlet?
That's her code name.
Is she like related to Will Scarlet from Robin Hood? Like a distant.
No, she was born in Atlanta, Georgia. She's from Georgia, so that.
Well, I know that. But I hear people from England at some point came over to America and settled in. So maybe her ancestor was Will Scarlet. Did you ever think about that?
Okay, Matthew Flynn. I'm glad you enjoyed the movie. You and I probably have some of the same problems with this film. And Melissa Harris says she and Jake prefer classic G.I. Joe cartoon. I do too. And they're streaming on YouTube 24/7 on the Hasbro channel or some channel. So you can watch them. Look them up on YouTube. No commercials. If you have YouTube Premium, I guess. But
look at that.
And Matthew Flynn said he would join us for a Harry Potter movie. I will keep that in mind. I am not the biggest Harry Potter fan, but
look at this. He's going to inject them. He's going to inject them.
His face looks gross. That's about what Snake Eyes' face looks like, by the way. Boomer and I decided we were going to do all the Harry Potter films, and we did too, and then we just kind of stopped.
Well, we were going to get Katie, I think, for the third one. I think that was a plan. Yeah, so we're still going to see if she stopped being so busy. Look at this. His face is getting all metallicized. Oh. Why does he do this?
Well, his action figure had a back metallized silver head. It's just a mask that he wears.
Now you are Destro. What have you done to me? And look, now he's electrocuting him, saying, "Hey, you work for me now."
That's a pretty lame mask. Cobra Commander's got much better masks than that.
You know what I've been thinking? This is like when you have a good friend and you find out your friend's nuts. It's like, no, I don't want any part of this. I went from being like a multi-billionaire with the hot girlfriend to having a metal face and being stuck in a smelly sub with you. This isn't. This is so. I'm sorry. This is just bad here. This is where the movie, and you see Destro, and he's just kind of standing there. Is he just like, okay, well, at least my whole body's not metal, right? It's just my face. Is he like bulletproof in the head now, though?
That's a good question.
That might be kind of useful. You're under arrest, and we're going to put you in these metal tubes and send you to jail, right?
Yeah.
Are they going to get tried by the UN for crimes against humanity, that sort of thing? That's a bad Cobra Commander mask. That's just a bad.
It's really bad.
I don't know. I don't think they need to even go there this soon in this movie. And then they would just, okay, lock him up. So is Joseph Gordon-Levitt in the sequel as Cobra Commander?
I think it's someone entirely different.
Yeah, because he's in a mask now, so what does it matter, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Is Baroness in the sequel?
It should be. If you're an actor and you take a character role and you know the character wears like a helmet, like Judge Dredd, wear the helmet. Don't be taking it off.
There's a funny scene in. Have you heard of the Machete movies by Robert Rodriguez with Danny Trejo in it?
Mm-mm.
There's a scene in the second one where Mel Gibson is playing the villain in it, right? Okay, and then something happens where his face, he gets like this mask lodged into his face and he can't get it off. And then they show us a trailer for Machete 3 in space, and he has like a laser sword, and it's like Darth Vader basically, and he's fighting Machete. Machete has like a laser machete, you know, and it's it's like Star Wars, and it says underneath, it says Leonardo DiCaprio as whoever the villain was instead of Mel Gibson. Now that it's wearing a mask, now they cast Leonardo DiCaprio in that role. And knowing Robert Rodriguez, he would get Leonardo DiCaprio to play the role in the mask in the movie. Okay, that's how ridiculous that is. And of course you switch actors just because, right? Okay, that's the joke, right? Okay, we didn't get Machete 3 in space yet, but it may happen one day. You never know. Okay. Of course, maybe that was the casualty of Harvey Weinstein disappearing on us. But anyway. Yeah. Okay, so we got the Joes. It's a good feeling, right? They're all walking along, right?
Yeah.
We like this. Steak Eyes.
I still think we could have gotten a better movie for $175 million.
Yeah, that's a lot of money to spend.
I do enjoy Silvestri's score for this film. It is pretty, just fluff and filler and candy for your teeth to rot them out, but I'm okay with that sometimes.
This is bad CGI. I'm sorry. 175 million. This looks like something out of the mind's eye. Okay. Mr. President, it's good to see you. I know the twist is coming. I'm like, what's the twist, man? What's the twist? This was your plan all along. What was the plan?
He uses U.S. military assets to threaten other countries to get money.
Like he'll have a conversation with the Queen. Hey, I thought we were allies, and like you're threatening to like blow up Big Ben.
Pretty much.
Is that basically what it is? It's
I think they do bomb London in the sequel. They drop like a rod on it from orbit, and it just the kinetic energy just wipes out the city.
By the way, it's funny when they said Michael B. Gordon. I thought I said, is that Michael B. Jordan wrote the screenplay? I thought I did a double take, and oh no, it's Gordon, not Jordan. I was annoyed. I thought there was going to be something after these credits, like a big stinger, like,
Yeah.
If only Duke knew that he was my long lost brother and you're really his sister. Dun dun dun. I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm just okay. So that's enough for G.I. Joe. We like you like the Sienna Miller as the Baroness, right?
Yeah, I do.
You would have rather she was the Eastern European Baroness that,
I do.
But instead of marrying some French scientist who also happened to be a baron, then first she gets to be the Baroness, and then the French scientist gets stabbed in the back.
Yeah.
I still think she's inheriting that money. She gets to keep that title. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Christopher Eccleston, we get the credits. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who is not supervillain actor material. What are you doing? Sienna Miller. Rachel Nichols. Yay! Check her out on Continuum. That's a good show. Okay. Ray Park. Jonathan Pryce. Saeed Tagma. Okay. Channing Tatum. Arnold Vosloo. That's him. It's interesting. Arnold Vosloo played Darkman in the Darkman sequels. Did you know that?
Really?
after Liam Neeson was done. So that actually,
Huh.
as replacement actors go, that was probably a pretty good choice. Actually, I mean, Liam Neeson's Liam Neeson, but Arnold Vosloo is pretty good.
So Boomer, let me ask your advice. There's a 18 LP set of all the Godzilla film scores. Hello?
Yeah. What about it?
Is that something I need?
Well, how much does it cost?
It's only money.
Dude, you gotta be like Troy. You gotta have the money you put in your little savings, and then the money you have for fun, right?
It's $100 off right now. It makes
How much is it? How much is it?
$450 on sale.
No. You go to the Right Stuff Cali, you get the King of Monsters soundtrack or one of those soundtracks for like $3. Spend that on CD.
Okay.
All right, so Yo Joe.
Yo Joe, that's right. I'm so proud of you, Boomer. So proud of you.
Knowing is half the battle. What did you learn on knowing is half the battle? What did you learn?
Never approach a strange dog. Never climb into a refrigerator.
Because you might get locked in. Okay, what?
If you catch on fire, to drop and roll. Those are ones that are sticking out in my mind.
I'm on fire. Stop, drop, and roll. I remember that when I was a kid in school. I had to learn that. Did you learn, like, if the nukes go off because old Gorby's feeling a little trigger happy, you get under your desk?
I didn't learn that from G.I. Joe, no.
Remember Gorbachev? I hated him. I thought he's going to kill us all.
Yeah.
He was actually fairly mild-mannered, I think, considering. It's like the 80s. I miss the 80s. I miss the 90s more than anything, but I do miss the 80s. Then we got the aughts, which were okay. And here we are. And we'll never see Rachel Nichols in a movie again, probably, because she's too pretty for modern Hollywood, I'm telling you. Okay. Where are you, Rachel Nichols? Let's see here. Okay, what are you up to these days?
Maybe I'll track her down on the internet and ask her if she wants to come on a show.
I will rewatch any movie she's been in. Okay.
Okay.
Do it. Do it. Okay.
I'll ask. It doesn't hurt to ask, right?
Oh my goodness.
That will be your Christmas present from here to
yeah, probably to infinity. Yeah. Okay, here we go. American actress and model, Nichols began modeling while attending Columbia University, New York in the late 90s. Transition acting in the early 2000s. She had a part in a romantic drama, Autumn in New York. Okay. Can't imagine her in a romance role. I'm kidding. Okay, she was in the Amityville Horror in 2006. Okay. She was in the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants 2. She was in the J.J. Abrams' first Star Trek movie as the green-haired chick. I could tell. Okay. Conan the Barbarian. She is not naked in that, so not that I was looking for that or anything. Okay, but anyway, let's see. Inside. Did I see Inside? Raise. Alex Cross. Okay. Anyways.
Next week we're doing Gattaca.
Uma Thurman. And the guy, what's his name?
Ethan Hawke and Jude Law.
Ethan Hawke and Jude Law are in that. Okay, Gattaca's cool. Is that based on a Philip K. Dick story?
I don't think
it feels like it was. Okay, but yeah, I guess it wasn't. Okay.
It probably feels like the most Philip K. Dick movie that's ever existed, to be honest.
It isn't, though. Okay. All right. So, okay. Cool. I'll look forward to that. It's a good movie. It's good science fiction, actually. It's proving a point.
It's a very good film. Yeah. Did not make a lot of money at the box office, though.
Yeah, because people don't like, because regular people don't like science fiction. Okay, that's why. They don't. Am I
Valid
wrong
point.
here? What?
You made a valid point. Yeah.
Not in movies. So Hollywood does not like science fiction movies. They don't like doing them. They try labeling them as other things when they bring them out. They don't like them. But I'll give credit to England. I think over in England they're more friendly towards science fiction as a genre than. Of course, we've had some great science fiction writers in the United States, so I don't know, but yeah. Roger Ebert stated, "This is one of the smartest and most provocative of science fiction films, a thriller with ideas." That's what he said of Gattaca. Okay. What did Roger Ebert say of G.I. Joe, the Rise of Cobra? Hold on, I'll find out.
Sucked.
He just said that. Okay. Rise of Cobra. Rise of crap, more like it. That's what he said. And just, wait, there's a review here. 1.5 stars. Oh, yikes. Full of sound and fury signifying explosions. Roger.
Yeah.
Wasn't that bad. It had Rachel Nichols in it. Anyway, I'm sorry. Okay. The film is inspired by Hasbro's famous line of plastic action figures. The heroes are no longer exclusively Americans, but a multinational elite strike force from many nations, which provides Paramount the opportunity to give top billing to an actor named Adewale Kinui. Roger, are you making fun of the guy's name?
Surely not.
What's going on here? The Joes, as they are called, are needed to counter nanomites, a secret weapon that eats up people and buildings and stuff. This weapon has been invented by the evil disfigured scientist named McCullen, Christopher Eccleston, who steals it back from the people he sold it to and plans to use it to conquer the world. He doesn't become disfigured until the end of the movie, okay? Why is McCullen so pissed off his Scottish clan was insulted centuries ago? Those Scots. I'm sorry, that's funny. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. His conquest plans are not sophisticated. He launches 4 nanomissiles at world capitals. 2 of them are Moscow and Washington. Third one is destroyed. And if I'm not mistaken, the fourth one is forgotten by the plot and is still up there somewhere. But that's the kind of detail I tend to get wrong because that's more fun than getting it right. Wasn't that the one that hit the Eiffel Tower, Roger? Were you not paying attention? How fast are these missiles? They rocket into space. Okay, hold on. He uses verbal commands to fire air-to-air weapons after a fellow Joe named Scarlett. Rachel Nichols insinuates that McCullen would have programmed his plane to respond to Celtic, which luckily she happens to speak.
I'm pretty sure Scarlett spoke like 12 languages or something like that in the comic.
Okay. What is Cobra? What nationality are its leaders other than Scottish? What will it gain by destroying world capitals? Reader, I do not know. Even the U.S. President, Jonathan Price, asks incredulously, don't they have any demands? His role is otherwise limited to being briefed about the Joes. Oh, my God. He went on for a while with this. I'm sorry. Okay, wait a minute. And I have to say, this movie is certainly better than Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. How so? Admittedly, it doesn't have as much cleavage, but the high-tech hardware is more fun to look at than the Transformers robots. The plot is as preposterous, and although the noise is just as loud, it's more the deep bass rumbles of explosions than the ear-piercing bang of steel robots pounding on each other. Okay. Well, what do you think of that?
I don't watch any of the Michael Bay Transformers films, so I'll agree with that part.
Okay, well, that was Roger Ebert's take on this. Okay. All right, so next week's Gattaca, we have a special guest.
Crispy.
All right, you doing anything else this week?
Housework, hanging with the dog. Yeah.
I will be on. I'll probably be on Friday with Troy. I think Sir Torrin Clegane's going to be on this Friday. We're going to be talking about DC Universe, and I think Saturday is a rewatch with someone about something. I think it's Netter's Network this week. Yes. Big Al in the house. No, he is not. Okay. And then what am I doing on Sunday? Sunday's Geeky Geezers. which I'll be ranting about, changes the Roger Rabbit ride, okay, in Disneyland, which I didn't even know existed. At some point, Mr. Birdman, we do have to do a Roger Rabbit rewatch. What do you think?
I'm down with that. That's cool. It's
All right,
at this
cool.
point it'll be like next year, but
Is that on Disney Plus? Do you still get Disney Plus?
I don't. And I have
You said
shook
no?
off Horizon. I don't have any more.
All right, cool. All right. All right, I guess it's time to end the stream.
Yep.
You know what? The Storm Chaser a snake mouth fight was pretty cool.
Okay. Okay. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Yo, Joe, my friends. Remember, adopt, don't shop. Keep listening to great film scores. We'll see you back here next week for Gattaca. Check out H Boomer Sunday night and Troy on Friday night. And all the other great YouTube people out there. Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.